What's up guys, Josh here from Mixing Mango, and as I said in my last video, there was a topic I wanted to talk about, but I didn't really have time in that one. I want to keep the videos a bit more concise, but I completely fail at that. I always just like go on, and then they end up being really long, so I want to kind of keep this one fairly short and try and do that more often. But what I wanted to talk about was kind of like continuing on from Michael's video, I think on Tuesday, about sort of like distraction and diversions, and actually just focus on the topic about devaluing skills and give my opinions on that. So the way I see the game is you get out what you put in, and really you can just play however you want. And so that's why, like, no one's forcing you to train skills. You can do it if you want, otherwise just don't do it if you're not enjoying it or you don't really want to. And that's why I don't really understand why they feel the need to make skills faster or easier, because like I said, no one's forcing you to do it. So really, if you don't want to train a skill because it's too slow, then just don't. And that's kind of why stuff like warbands, that's the main culprit. That's why that's kind of annoying to have in the game, because like it's quite clearly the best XP for the majority of those skills. Like mining, you can get like 300k a day in about half an hour. There's no other method in the game that will give you 300 mining XP in half an hour. And the fact that it is every day, like if it was like a monthly D&D, it'd be perfectly fine, because the thing is, like, Troll Invasion's monthly and gives you like 70k max. This is daily and gives you 300k. So Warbands is still pretty overpowered, and I think like the main idea was for Warbands was high risk, high reward. But the fact is, everyone just PKs in Batwing, which is like a 50k risk, and if you're in a friend's chat, you don't really get PK, so it's pretty much low risk for high reward. So they kind of failed in that sense, which is why that just makes warbands a bit worse. But I don't completely care about like people having more skill capes, because I mean, it is slightly annoying if you just like warband an entire skill cape, but then again, like, that still does take quite a while, but it is a lot faster than most of the other methods. It's just the fact that they feel the need that skills have to be faster, and I think some skills definitely need to rework, but they don't need to be faster. And like, so I want to go for a max cape, and like no one's forced me to do that, and so I actually happily would do agility on, like, I think you can max it like 80k an hour on the Barbarian Assault course, and like I've got no problem with that because I want to get a max cape, and so that is one of my goals, to get 99 agility. But the thing is, like, if that's not what you want to do, then just don't do it. And if you don't, like, if you want to get a max cape, then you will do that, and they shouldn't need to make it faster. And that's kind of like why I don't like devaluing skills, because most of them don't need to be faster, and that is the main problem. But they just continually do make them a bit quicker. And I guess, like we saw with Runespan, I'm not really sure what I like about Runespan, because the thing is, they kind of did it right, but I just don't know how they could have done it differently to be even better. Because like the thing is, you can craft runes, which is slow, but you make a lot of money. But although the money you make now is a lot less compared to what you make 5 years ago, because like if you made it back then, like you did rune crafting to get the money to max, but now it's like if you do rune crafting, you'll get like a fraction of the money you need to max. But yeah, so they've done it so if you craft runes, you'll make money, but it's really slow. But if you do Runespan, you don't make any money, but it's extremely quick. And like, they need to do stuff like that, but the thing is, like, it's probably too quick, I guess, and there's no real reason to craft runes, especially because like the prices aren't there anymore. So I guess it's like that was a good attempt, but it was just done wrong, I would say. And like stuff like that, I can see it. I don't completely mind something like Runespan. It's just it wasn't really done right. I mean, maybe if it was 80k an hour, I think that might have been okay. But and if it was a bit more interactive, like the fact is, I think it's like 100k an hour, and you literally just like siphon one node for 5 minutes, then go on to the next one, and like it's no trouble at all. So that is the problem, and it's the fact that if runecrafting was like 500 mil still, then, or 400 mil, then it would actually be like, I would actually consider doing some of crafting runes. But the fact is, there is no way that I'm doing it when there's very little reward, and like I could just make that 400 mil bossing just a lot more enjoyable. So Like, I don't agree with devaluing skills. I think some skills need reworks, but I don't like the way they've done it, especially with warbands, where some of those harder to train skills, like not smithing, I'm not sure all the skills are, but something like mining is just slow to train, and they put that in there. Farming is quite fast, but it's expensive, so they put that in there, and so is herb. And it's, I guess I do kind of care about the skill cape. I said I didn't earlier. I mean, it is kind of annoying if, because like pre-warbands, if you saw something for herb skill cape, it basically means they spent bank on it. But now it's kind of like, well, they probably warbanded most of it, which I don't care about too much. I mean, it's a skill cape, doesn't matter. It's just sort of like just to see the hard work you put into it, and there's no recognition of that. It's kind of, it's slightly annoying. I mean, I don't even wear skill capes that much anymore, except I normally wear my Tokar cow, but it would be nice. I mean, like, I don't know how they could do it to actually show that you have done it, like a different method other than warbands, but I guess, I don't know really, there's not really much they can do. I just don't see why they have to devalue skills like they are, and I guess they will keep going that way just to make the game easier, which is kind of disappointing. But I guess a lot of new players like aren't really here for the grind. They just want to have fun, and like part of RuneScape is the grind, really, just to get those stats up, and it actually does make it, like, that's the reason that you keep playing, really. I mean, if I could literally max in a month, I probably wouldn't play anymore. Like the reason I boss and I wouldn't really take any donations or anything is because if someone just gave me a party hat, I mean, I've got no reason to boss, and it just wouldn't be fun because I wouldn't have to earn anything ever again, really. So yeah, that's what I think about that, really. I just don't really agree with skills being devalued, and basically you can just do what you want in the game, so there's no real reason to actually make skills faster. But what do you guys think about that? Do you just not really care, or do you think that skills should become faster over time? Or what's your opinions on that? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I managed to keep it kind of shorter. It's 7 minutes so far. I mean, I want to get it a bit down, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.